Hi friends, it's Bridget. Welcome back. I treated myself to these bundles of fabric. They are from Collage Quilter, and I will put the link in the description. When they arrived, I was just wanted to open them right away, but then I realized it might be fun to do on camera so you guys can enjoy it as well. So I'm going to open these up. I want to prepare fabric today. And I mean, look how gorgeous these are. This is the brown bundle. And look, there are so many beautiful little flowers and just different textures. And that's a batik. I mean, just really pretty assortment. I am thinking about a tree in this case. And the browns will be for the base of the tree. And then I will have the greens for the leaves. Just having fun, messing around and trying something new. My Liberty stash is getting smaller. And I don't really want to use that for just experimenting, starting to really treasure it. But look at these gorgeous pieces. They're just lovely. So today I am going to prepare my fabric. I'm going to use my steam-a-seam, and I am going to cut some strips. And as crazy as that sounds, I'm going to do it. I've seen some beautiful charm packs out there, but I want strips. I'm still into my strip experimentation. So I'm going to get set up and do some cutting and get prepared. As again, I said I have my steam-a-seam and I'm going to use that. And I have my ruler. I have my rotary cutter for paper, and I have my rotary cutter for fabric. And I put new blades in each. So let me get set up here and we'll do some cutting and have some fun creating another piece of fabric for a future project. Thanks for joining me. I'm going to work on one bundle at a time, though. How much fun would it be to mix and match at some point? But there's quite a bit here, and I plan on adding to this collection if I like it and getting more fabric strips. So this is an experiment to see if I can get what I'm looking for today. And they're beautiful. So I need to get some room here for myself. And there are 18 different fabrics too, which is just awesome. So I'm just going to give myself some space here. So I'm going to do 3 at a time because I don't want to overuse. When cutting, it can take a lot of pressure at some times. So I'm just going to open these up. I'm hoping I'll get into some sort of rhythm here. So I'm just stacking these. And I am going to go ahead. That's good. Okay. And I am right-handed, so I'm just getting these things situated over here. So now I'm just going to cut off the selvage because I do not want that. Using my fabric rotary cutter here. And then I am going to make my strips. And since that's good enough. That's 12 inches for my steam-a-seam. And I am just going to go ahead and go and cut 12 inches. And there we go. And now I'm going to just set this aside. I do want to kind of try to stay organized. So I'm going to just fold these back up. And I'll set them aside. And now I'm just going to go ahead and make some strips. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some 1/2 inch strips and some 3/4 inch strips. And this is not lined up down here. I'm not going to worry about it. I you know, just want to have some fun. I don't want everything to have to be so perfect. So here we go. And I'm just going to let them go to the side. I'm not going to even worry about it. I'm just going to make a bundle of them. So I'm going to go back and forth from 3/4 to 1/2 inch. And I'm just doing that. Just going to get these out of the way so I don't hurt them. Okay, and then I'm going to go back to 1/2. And yes, I am creating my own scrap, but it really speaks to me, and I want to create different pieces of fabric that I can use in future projects. But I want to be able to have them separated into browns, and I already lost track of whether I was going back and forth, but that's okay. I'm just going to cut this one in half. And I'm going to eyeball it. Okay. So yay. I mean, look at that. Already I have, you know, they're not as organic as the Liberty. The Liberty was kind of, you know, just we were in production making masks, as I said before. So, but look, so now I have a bunch of little scraps from that brown packet, and I can create another piece of fabric with that. So I'm going to toss that off to the side, and now I'm going to just go fast forward, and I am going to cut the rest of this pile in the same method. I have my bundle of scrap, and I'm just having a good time tossing it around and getting them separated. And so now I'm going to go and do my process of taking my steam seam and laying the strips out to create a piece of fabric like I've done before. So there we have the piece. Take my pins and stabilize it. So I'm going to do that again. Try to get it centered. This is just my Cricut mat that I am using. It's my ironing mat. And I'm just going to go ahead and start my process of laying out. I'll go ahead and fast forward this, and we'll make a fun piece of fabric. I had fun relaxing and creating this nice little tones of browns. And I love it has little pops of colors. It's going to be great because I'm going to store these in separate bags and be able to get different tones is my feeling. Different tones of color that I want. Oh, just grabbed that right off there. Alrighty. And now I'm just going to press it. And then I am going to just store this for a later date. And I'm going to go ahead. I should be using my pin cushion so I don't have pins flying all over the place. So I am just going to go ahead and take my iron and press this all down. I am going to set this aside and I'm going to get to work on my next bundle, which is my greens. But first, I just want to tidy everything up and I want to mark these bags. I wish I had prettier bags to do this with, but I will in the future. So I'm just going to mark this browns. And I'm going to take my remainder that I folded up, and I am going to at a later date take some steam and just create larger pieces so that I can cut out, but that'll be for another project. But I have plenty of fabric left here, which brings me a lot of joy. So I'm going to set this in here. And then I'm just going to take my scrap and I'm just going to put it in there with it. And that's my madness right now. And there. Beautiful. Thanks for joining me while I made my pieces of fabric from my different colorways, my greens and my browns. CollageQuilter.com has, I think, about 8 different colorways. There's some reds and some whites and some blacks and some other neutrals. I think I'm going to add a few more to my stash, and then I will be set. I will have so many different, palettes, of color tone, and then my imagination can just go even crazier than it already has. But I'm really having a good time here, and I just can't even imagine, kind of mixing things at some point, taking different colors of scrap. And I am going to do some solids, some just, take the steam seam and just create panels too. Just, for fun and for bigger pieces. I, did have, some triangles that I was working on. It'd just be nice to have some bigger pieces. So I'll go ahead and do that too. And just a really good time, and just playing with fabric is always fun and therapeutic. It's just good for your heart and soul. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps out. And thanks to everyone who has subscribed. And please, if you haven't, it would be great if you came along on the crazy fabric ride. And until next time, keep creating. Have fun out there. Bye.